almost famous. Neck bang bang, and we dangerous remaining. Time steady changing. I don't know these niggas, and I don't wanna know them. This girl just want that big moment, so she can blow it. That's bogus, but I don't tell her what's what. Don't wanna be stuck, cause she's so starstruck. Wanna be around us, but I just rather play the field, rather keep it real, rather take you out, rather tell you how I feel, and show you that this game is for real. Cause I know that you're in love, you're looking for a star. Walked all this way to find a man with a car, hanging at the bar, champagne, caviar. No, you never seen a nigga like this, like this. You never seen a nigga like this, like this. Girl, you never seen a nigga like this, like this. You never seen a nigga like this, like this. Girl, you never seen a nigga like this. So quit it, you spend seconds, hours, minutes working on your fitness for a nigga to witness. Go quit it, I ain't tripping. You ain't the baddest bitch I'll ever meet. The homie said he already be in the backseat of a Honda Jeep. For the Lord shit you can really keep him so cold on him, so cold on him. Few homies in the feds, cause bitch niggas been told on them. Seen them boys in the streets and did a lot more than just stole on them. Niggas know the pen when they feel the heat of that stove on them. Send the hell the Lord don't want them. Funny girls in church Sunday morning. Saturday was out pouring. Show me a worthy opponent. Show me a match. No nigga, I'll face mine. Now my mind, no hang time. That's MJ on the baseline. Girl, I know that you're in love. You're looking for a star. Walked all this way to find a man with a car, hanging at the bar, champagne, caviar. No, you never seen a nigga like this.
You know, wanna see my cars on flatbed. Hey, this is a recession, selling that crack, yeah. Niggas selling suicide one bionic glue, and got Superman powers with them stretch new. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. Yeah. John Dillinger shit. Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. Yeah. John Dillinger shit. Niggas in the hood wanna see my cars on flatbed. Hey, this is a recession, selling that crack, yeah. Niggas selling suicide one bionic glue, and got Superman powers when them stretch new. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga.
Grand Risings, grand evening. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Front Line Blacc News. I do apologize. Chewbacca has that bullshit pirate shit on. But on tonight's show, we'll be discussing several things on season 3, episode 22 of the Front Line Blacc News, part 1. And I'm your host, Chan Krumah, proud citizen of Bronco Country.
Wow.
And
because these days you don't know any better. Poor thing.
And as you can see, we got a rivalry going on. A rivalry that stems like what 60 years now. And on tonight's show, we'll be discussing several things. The first thing is tangibles. Also, Lady Che is also with us as well. And Chewbacca just insists on that.
Hey, tell
gay
her
pirate
show.
shit.
Real quick, before you get it, I'm not scared.
What?
Tell they gotta go listen to the show.
Oh my god. Okay. Make sure y'all check out our most recent Grand Risings with Lady Che.
I forgot the last episode.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah, for Chewbacca.
Put that shit away. On tonight's episode,
we will not be able to. I was not able to proceed.
Yeah, Tangibles 2023 to Tangibles 2024. Then we got Ron DePanties of Florida gets booed in Jacksonville, Florida. And Councilwoman Ju'Coby Mammy Pittman. DePanties has a 100-year-old oak tree fall on his mansion during Hurricane Idalia.
Yeah.
That must be the ancestors in karma. The Anti-Blacc campaign of Vivek Ramasamy or Ramen Noodles. Denver has a Solidarity Vigil for the victims of racism and white supremacy mass shooting in Jacksonville, Florida. Al Sharpton disrespects the victims of Jacksonville, Florida. Is the Trump arrest backfiring on the Democrats? St. Paul, Minnesota tried to put a non-FBA on the Reparations Commission. Former Florida State Attorney alleges Governor Ron DePanties fired her for prosecuting police. And then we got Black Summit 2023. And then Unhoused Neighbor News and Unhoused Neighbor Sweeps. So this is our part 1. We'll be doing a part 2 sometime tomorrow. Make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And I think Lady Che has a few words for the people. Go ahead, Lady Che. What you got?
I can't love it. They can't see me anywhere, right?
Yes, I can see you now.
Oh, Jesus Christ, family. All right. Just real quick, I'll be brief. You gotta listen to Grand Rising with Chewbacca, the very last episode, which is done on Friday. It'll say video will be like Grand Rising with me. I'd save the day. I'd save the day, family.
Look at me.
What? What about me?
Now they can see you. Go ahead.
I just got me the cut. So weird. Such a weirdo.
Go ahead, Lady Che. Go.
So then after that, you gotta listen to it because I was talking for like 2 hours straight before myself, but like no dead air. That was really good. Really good because it's happening right now, all the stuff I was talking about. And so I encourage you to listen to it. So proud of myself right there. Anyway, and I want to say that part 2 most likely will be done by me. There's so much stuff that this is, summertime. Brother Che gets really busy in the summer if y'all don't pay attention. So there's times where I gotta take over, or somebody got to take over and fill in space. So it just happens to be me. So tomorrow, sometime tomorrow will be part 2. I'll be doing part 2. Where Brother Che handles business. It'll be fun. You know how it is with us, me and you. It's fun. Yeah. So just kidding. Go ahead, Jesse.
I was gonna bring West Coast correspondent on the gay pirate shit. Go ahead, Shabaka.
And these is Raiders, man. Yeah. These is Raiders, man. What do you mean gay pirates, man? These is Raiders. You got them confused with them dudes up in San Francisco, man. That's Boys Town. Yeah, see, Boys Town, man, they call themselves the 49ers, you know what I'm saying? So glad the Raiders is about to pay, man. Don't know what to do. But also, too, out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, just putting a supplemental here. The rain is coming down here pretty bad. It has been for the last couple of days. Damn fool, ride by me in this vehicle, splashes water all over my windshield, and couldn't see for about a good 5 seconds in driving. That could have been very tragic, But what it is, though, the desert is getting water. So those of you out there in Los Angeles and what have you, Southern California, don't let them tell you that bullshit that there's a water shortage, man, because they got a whole lot of rain out here. And I believe the Colorado River, hijacking water from the Colorado River over here by Las Vegas should be back up to par right now. Or if it's not, it should be very, very close to it. Because, this is rain and summer out here in Las Vegas, that hit us pretty bad about for the last week. So who knows, the hurricanes over there in the Atlantic, the ancestors is carrying out their mission, you know what I'm saying? The tree fell on the Panties house. Good, very good. Okay, that's great news. Okay, and that's common. And then, of course, as we do know, the West Coast had gotten hit with Hurricane Hillary, so that ought to show you about voting for Hillary. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at the times of the signs, folks. You know what I mean? And then Stinky Bird, X-Bird, or whatever what that trick is calling himself now, the musty dude. He wouldn't put the X on the Tweety Bird building in the city of San Francisco, hit them with some fines because they didn't have the proper building permits to put the X up. But that's chump change to him. What that bastard needs to do is take some of that money from Tweety Bird and go to Denver, go to New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and house the unhoused, okay? Because even still, the unhoused contribute to Stinky Bird because they're using the cell phones, and Twitter's always got some bullshit up there. And Vivek Ramasamy, I saw your garbage with Al Sharpton, and as far as I'm concerned, and Shabaka Sankor said that you and Al Sharpton are two sides of the same coin. Ramasamy, you don't know what the hell you talking about when it comes to black issues. Al Sharpton, your punk ass is just a pulpit pimp and up there pimping a community again with your banana head looking ass. And you, man, go wave you a damn G-string, man, on the Golden Gate Bridge. And I'm talking to you, Al Sharpton.
Right.
And I'm talking to you, Al Sharpton. You know what I'm saying? You ain't nothing but an ass-scratching house nigga. Man, that interview I saw you had with Ramasamy or Ramasamy today was ridiculous. And Ramasamy, he's sitting up there talking about, he don't know what he's talking about, but he comes from that caste system. And I forgot what the top line of the caste system was. Is it ETA, Brother Check? ETA? And then they look at our people as untouchables.
Yeah, that's the Davidians.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But you could best believe is that when it comes to black folks over there in India, just like Gandhi had said about quote unquote the Kafirs in South Africa, you know what I'm saying, that they lower than the dust and all that. But I got a question for all you non-black racial supremacists, from you white folks to you people for India and all that. Why do y'all always want to have sex with black women?
Right.
See, now that's the shit that gets me. You see what I'm saying? You motherfuckers sit up here and talk about how you hate black people so much, but your trick asses want to go out there and get with black women. Now, we do know that there's part of the degradation process. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we need over $300 trillion in tangibles. We also need the tangibles is because for the past atrocities that were committed against our children, against our women folk, against our men folk, buck breaking, all of that, pitting black people against each other on the most trivial of shit. But then you bastards went out there and made money off of us on those damn auction blocks and boat rides, okay? And then I want to give a shout out there to Sister Trish Padilla. You know, definitely check out Trish's Lounge. You know, no, man.
Yes.
Cats, man.
We are in Bronco country.
And,
don't forget it.
Man, and this is from Raider Nation, man. Although we getting drenched, it's still Raider Nation.
Marauders.
No, goddamn nation.
We're everywhere, Jesse.
Your damn nomads. You ain't got no nation.
Marauders.
Man, we everywhere, man. That's why we just said Raider Nation, man.
We are everywhere.
Raider Nation. Man, you guys are right there in Bronco Stadium, man, and ain't been no place, man.
We're in
62 years now. Man, look, man, we've been from Oakland to Los Angeles back to Oakland. Now we out here in the Las Vegas,
can't find a permanent home.
Pirates, man.
The home hasn't found us. The home has not found us.
That's because nobody wants your ass.
No, because we like.
No, but as you know, Lady J, the Raiders got 2 games to play against the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we have to go to that godforsaken place called Mile Below Stadium.
You gonna get mountain sickness and y'all gonna pass out.
I haven't.
And what?
No, I'm just hoping, man, that we have a repeat of what we had back there. What was it? The earlier part of the millennium, where you guys had needed 1 win away to make the wild card, and we came there and shut you down. The Denver Police Department arrested 50 of the upset Bronco fans, put them in jail. They came out there, they jumped up and down on the emblem of that Pony Express thing you got right there. Yeah, that's the Pony Express, you know. Yeah, you see. Yeah, so we went there and jumped up and down. Yeah, your fans got upset. I'm quite sure your bars, your Oakland Raider, LA Raider, official Raider hater club bars, hopefully they got trashed, you know. And the Yahoos got drunk and tore the bars up, you know what I'm saying? But that was great news back then in the early part of the 21st century.
That night.
I know. It's not our fault.
What happened?
I think a lot of Gator fans got beat up that night. But that's old news.
No, man, it wasn't, sir. The gay ones are across the bay in San Francisco from Boys Town, okay? They, you know, you got Oakland confused with Boys Town, and as you, of course, as you know, Oakland is the birthplace of the Black Panther Party, so everybody should be bowing down to the Raiders. You see what I'm saying? But them cats, them ponies, man, them dudes need to be on a merry-go-round, man. Yeah, the merry-go-round of the ponies, you know what I'm saying?
No, and I know merry-go-round. The best horses on the planet.
Sir. Later for Pat Bowling, you know what I'm saying? Later for Condoleezza Rice, you know, later for the whole pony organization. Yeah, them dudes is the Pony Express.
Broncos got air on the hoofs too.
No, they got full-blown manes on their fucking hoofs.
Yeah,
and so the
Broncos.
Short, stocky, motherfucking proud horses. Okay.
No.
That thing's bad.
Man, the ponies, man. Man, how much rather have the bucket to beat my fakers, man. You know what I'm saying? Than a Pony Express.
Y'all still ain't gotten over that.
You know, I don't really get to take so much disrespect.
It's been all summer long. We are still the champions.
Hey, truth be told, family, Broncos have to win, or else, you know, we don't procreate in the Black House. And so, you know, it only talks so much shit because we do believe in the Black nuclear family.
Yeah.
Broncos
Lady
lose,
Tay
man.
won't get no loving.
They muted my mic. You know, they muted my mic. You know what I'm saying? More Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Raiders and the ponies. But great news, man, them guys. Man, but that's great news what happened to the Panties house, that, you know, a tree came down there and smashed them. That was beautiful. Great news, you know what I'm saying? Now, the dump, as in human shit, and I want to make this perfectly clear, okay? They got his trial date, as you know, folks, is for March 2024. So they're putting up a lot of interference with the dump, trying to get it to 2026 because, you know, he's trying to get his trial date for March of 2026. Okay, but what they did is that they're gonna start in I believe it's either gonna be October or December of this year, right here, or very early next year, but they are not giving that trick, you know, till 2026. Now, a lot of these busters, you know, who stood there and support that clown, all right, they getting upset. He's starting to lose his base a little bit because, you know, because he's starting to throw his people up under the bus. Giuliani, the lawyer, you know, they had his ass arraigned, and he's facing some time. And then his house nigga, you know, the old genie looking fool. Who is that trick?
Yeah.
What did you call him, Brother Che? Biporian or something like that? Bisporian? Something that you call. That buster who you had up there, man. You know, I called him the dumps house nigga. You know what I'm saying? I hate to use such terms, but that's what he is. Mm-hmm.
He asked a question. I'm gonna answer.
What is that fucking nonsense meaning?
BIPOC?
Yeah.
That means
yeah.
People of color.
What the fuck is a person of color? Real quick.
Also, too, great news. Old Mitch McConnell, he's having some medical issues because the fool was up there speaking and he froze up. Okay. Yeah. So take his old raggedy ass and put him up there in the old folks home, or put him in a mental institution or whatever, because there's a dump crony, you know what I'm saying? And then when the dump got impeached twice, when they went to the Senate, as we all know, the Senate tries the president, and it's the representatives that brings the charges against him. So, but old Mitch McConnell, with his old raggedy ass, rooster head looking ass, is gonna sit up there and say, "Oh no, we don't have nothing to go against the dump on." All right, okay, tangibles 2023, 2024, something specifically for us. They say as far as capital, land, factors of production, our own currency. You see what I mean? Also, too, want to salute.
Lady Che is bringing up bullshit. Bullshit you had on the screen earlier. Tangibles. So the first topic is tangibles.
What tangibles do the Broncos bring to Denver?
Tourism.
I'm fucking with. I'm done fucking with.
Season ticket holders.
You gotta tell me to go home.
Sold out stadium since its founding. That's what we bring.
Tangibles, no sir.
Money.
Almost get swept because out of tangibles.
Money.
Yeah. Factors of production, land, labor, capital, risk management. Somebody with these great ideas. Also, too, I was happy to see that the 3 little babies, black babies, got the highest IQs in the world. Who knows? Maybe those little ones, when they grow up, might save this godforsaken place called Earth.
Right. Themselves up.
Yeah. So y'all keep derailing me. Gotta get back on topic. Now it's the it's the year and the decade of tangibles, Black family. So continue to demand something tangible for your vote. So
right.
Our good brother Tariq Nasheed came up with the hashtag tangibles 2020. And in it, he was detailing everything that foundational Black Americans, descendants of American chattel slavery, freedmen, were going to demand from the political. So nothing's changed, Black family, except a year. Everything else remains the same.
And getting worse too, Brother Che, if I might emphasize, with these Proud Boys. A few more of them got sent up the river, you know what I'm saying? Also, too, appreciate Judge Chutkin, if I'm saying her name properly. You know, she's getting the court ready to come down on the dome. Okay.
Yeah, keep dreaming on that. Same thing with Fonnie.
Yeah.
Her goddamn name is. Not gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
The dump ain't.
Yeah.
He's not going to jail.
And if I had to take my money in regard to the dump being convicted, I might go see a sports book out here to see if they got such wages going on. I would have to say that the bastard won't get convicted. You know what I'm saying? And then, if there's the same $100 for you confused dudes out there who could prove your menstruation cycle. You know what I'm saying? And when you cannot, okay, you got to drop $1,000 on this platform right there to the Cash App PayPal right there, J Paris.
Yeah,
Cash App $JLP528 or PayPal. You know what I'm saying?
I told you. Yeah.
And so
an unhoused neighbor.
Yes, sir.
Cash at me every time you say house neighbors.
Yes, sir. And then also, too, the unhoused neighbor situation. First, I want to crumb bum on the current mayor of Denver and the current mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass and Johnston.
BIPOC has been around for longer. He's even been on.
They even say BIPOC for like almost a year now.
He made it Pearl. That's it.
That's all he did.
But he didn't come up with BIPOC, though.
It's worse. You shouldn't even say it. First of all, family, there's no such thing as person of color. I would know being a free person of color.
Then you are a person of color.
I don't accept that.
What the hell?
Yeah, Black first. And back then, they would call me a free person of color. No, sir, man. I don't deserve. Do I look any kind of color?
They call you red bone.
Yes, but no, God damn it. I'm Black first. Black, Indian, and French. Black came first.
Redbone.
God damn it.
Okay, but you still qualified for the auction block. Look at a movie called Band of Angels that tells the whole story in that. Yeah, made 1957, and the woman who stars in it, her name is Yvonne DiCarlo. And if I recall, she used to be on a television series in the 1960s called The Monsters. And she's also the same woman that played Sephora in a film called The Ten Commandments that was made in 1956.
Yeah, but getting back to tangibles.
Yeah, land, labor, capital, money.
Hold on, Shabaka. I gotta read it first.
All right. Okay.
24 presidential elections are coming up, and foundational Black Americans are going to reject the 50-year-old malign neglect policy that has been implemented by the political system. This malign neglect policy mandates that Black Americans should be ignored and only mentioned in vague and non-specific terms. Like the foundation of Black Americans and others with minorities, immigrants, people of color, etc., has only hindered the progress of Black Americans as a group while providing tangible benefits for other groups. In this election cycle, meaning the 2024 election cycle, Black Americans are going to insist that our needs are specifically met by politicians who are seeking our vote. Foundational Black Americans want tangible benefits specifically for us. We do not want trickle-down secondary benefits that are provided for every group. Every group has not been systematically marginalized and disenfranchised in every area of society as foundational Black Americans. So we refuse to be lumped who often assist in the exploitation and disenfranchisement of Black Americans. So politicians must offer tangibles, specifically the foundational Black Americans, or we simply will not vote for them. Be sure to spread this message far and wide on social media using the hashtag 2020. And since it's 2023, 2023. And next year, when the presidential election is, it'll be tangibles 2024. Continue to demand for your vote, Black family. All the way up to 2100. It's going to be a marathon now.
Yes, sir.
Numerous times on the show, and we will take that victory lap. So, Lady Che, what are your thoughts on
thank
tangibles?
God you were going to ask me about the election. Whew, thank God. My thoughts is anybody running for political office,
including Lady Che.
You know, you asked me about tangibles. Well, maybe I have lots of tangibles. Now, whether you're a pink face or you're like us, Black. It's like I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at you though.
You're like lean back.
Oh, make it further back on my phone, please. That's because I'm really sick, Fairly. really sick right now. Yeah, you're supposed to ask your politician or the person that is running for office what tangibles can they provide. What? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. And including myself. And you need an answer. You need somebody that's and like us, running for our office seats, doing acts of service. It says act of service, Black family. You're required to give you an answer, a good ass answer, a reasonable answer. And if you're not satisfied or you didn't ask, that is on you. You cannot expect us to come out and be perfect right out the gate. If you want to help us, tell us what you need. Tell us what you think we should have. Don't be crazy and say that we should talk about things that Black people need, because I'm not listening to that shit. Okay? I don't know what that means. I only speak to Black people for a specific reason. I have a hard time speaking to anything other than Black. But when they ask me, I offer them specific tangibles that I think overall the city of Aurora needs. But when they talk about what Black people need, man, can we go in all day about tangibles? And that's
so,
what
Lady
you'll get
Che,
from us.
What tangibles are going to provide to the Black O'Gorians?
Well, first I'm gonna get in the office. Okay, and it's not. And listen, Belly. I say this because the experiences happen, with us. We're almost starting to shake our head at our own black people when they have the audacity to say local politics don't matter. Yes, the fuck they do. If you are saying no, I won't sign your petition, and you know goddamn well you're registered in Aurora and you're using the Hood King Supers, motherfucker, sign the goddamn petition so I can be on the ballot. Right. Why? Because I do matter, and I know what your needs are. Mm-hmm. If you're happy living with fucked off streets, tell me. I just need to know you're happy. Are you happy not having a wage that balances out that you can pay your bills and set aside some money? Or are you just happy being raped financially? I just need to know those kind of things because I'm standing here as, don't let the shade deflect the message, Black first woman that lives in the city. Are you happy with the police profiling you? I know I'm not. So when they come to the door and tell me, fuck up off my porch, I mean that. You know what I mean? So I don't want to stand up for you because if you don't want that, I need to know you're no longer black. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to treat you like them. You see what I'm saying? Family is very important. We always talk about unity. But when you got somebody, again, let's not let the shading deflect. I'm on your side, right? If I got to say that, then this is a really dumb conversation. If you can't see it, you know what I mean? I want you to have everything and then some. I don't care what it looked like on their end. We need to come up. This trickle down shit is a fucking figment of their imagination. We're not getting nothing, right? But I want
exactly.
I want us to. I want us to win. I want us to look good. I want us to go to sleep one night with no motherfucking worries.
Right.
I want us to be able to rent something without barriers at every hoop and loop to get through. I want us to have clean water. I want us to have a low fucking electricity bill for once. I want us to fucking be able to use the AC and it actually reach the other part of the house. You know what I mean? I want us to have what we should have had. I want us to have a school without a motherfucking legal jail cell in it, right? A legitimate one. And I want us to have I want our children to be able to not have to fucking be outside running around with fucking knuckleheads getting in trouble, getting killed. You know what I mean? I want us to not be blamed for shit. I want us to be able to drive freely down the street without having to be profiled, pulled over, and killed. I want our children to fucking be able to go to school without any problems or not. I want us to be able to grow food without fucking garbage in the soil. That's all the way to the core. I want us to not have to spy all the air and core space just to have fucking land. I want us not to have to fucking deal on fucking cloned meat or whatever the fuck is growing and fucking moving out there. Okay? I don't want to eat crickets. I want us to have everything we should have and then some. And they should have, I want them to feel it. I don't give a fuck about this indentured servitude shit. Yeah, there's poor white people too. Okay, sure. Say so. Not like us, man. Not like us. They're not going through a black holocaust that's been going on for fucking millennia, and we're at war now. And in case you forgot, it's war. We're at war, black family. It didn't end. We're at war right now against everybody.
And no have been. Yep. And the cold part about it is Brother Che, Lady Che, and Brother Che. See, this is why we created the hashtag called the resurrection of the mental dead, is because you got all these mentally dead motherfuckers out here who do not realize those cold, solid facts, and that works against us as well too. So it's no wonder that you get a sick son of a bitch, a transvestite by the name of Ron DePanties of Florida, who is coming out with this flagrant and blatant hatred. Yes, sir.
You're jumping the gun. We're gonna get to
Oh,
him next. What are your thoughts on?
okay. Oh no, the tangibles are very, very essential. And like Lady Trey said something, she just reminded me of a book when I was in college that I was assigned to read by Adam Smith, which is dealing with the leaky bucket theory, which is part of that damn Reaganomics. And
Yeah,
his brother Che was like in the early 1980s,
I
and
read
what Reagan was doing was,
college.
yeah, and what this bastard did with his old senile ass and made that son of a bitch rest in piss and dog shit as well too, with his Grecian formula ass and special effects by crazy dude, about bastard. Anyway, was that his thing was, see, this is invisible hand theory by Adam Smith, who was an economist, and also to the leaky bucket theory, which is that all the wealth is up there at the top, okay, which is your Mitch McConnells, your dumps, as in human shit. And I want to make that perfectly clear, okay? Stinky Bird, Zuckerberg, you know what I'm saying? They got all this wealth, you know. Only a handful of people got the majority of the world's wealth. So what they're saying is that everybody strives to be the best, everybody compete with each other and all this old type of shit. And supposedly, you know, you make it up there to the top, you know what I'm saying? And then the wealth will trickle down. Okay, now it's a theory, but it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? In other words, it's like trying to teach a bear in the woods to shit in a toilet when you come up here with this leaky bucket theory. Okay, it is impossible. It is a program that is designed to fail. And then that stinking bitch, I forgot her name, who was up there trying to use Dr. King's words in regard to taking the funding away from affirmative action. Oh, well, judge the person on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Okay, look, raggedy bitch, rude awakening for you. We are judging you bastards on the content of your fucking character. You have no character. You motherfuckers are morally bankrupt. You're too damn greedy. You don't give a damn about nobody. And punk ass motherfuckers like DeSantis is stating of how you white people honestly feel. Now, me personally, I don't have a problem with it because, see, I'd much rather deal with a damn wolf than a wolf in sheep's clothing. You see what I'm saying? At least I know that's what the hell I'm dealing with. Just like the former heavyweight champion said 50 years ago on a variety show, I believe it was David Frost, where he says you got 10,000 rattlesnakes, okay, and then 3 of them are okay with you, but that still takes my mind off the other 9,999 that's out there to kill me.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, totally. And that ain't making no goddamn sense. So therefore, if it is not making no goddamn sense, then there is no reality. You see, it's because, see, in the laws of nature, ladies and gentlemen, there are certain rules and principles that are universal that must be followed. And if they are not followed, there is no reality. Like the dump, as in human shit. And I want to make that perfectly clear. At least this no good, stinking ass bastard stated of how honestly these WSPs feel. Okay, great, beautiful. So
we got to get some tangibles.
Oh, yes, sir. And this is why the tangibles are necessary. And we ain't asking for tangibles. We are demanding the tangibles because we built your goddamn country. You see what I'm saying? Off the sweat of our blood, or, you know, off the violation of our men folk and women folk, and then off of our dignity and what have you, what you all try to take from us, like the Emmett Till, like what y'all did in Nat Turner, and then what y'all did to so many of our people when you used to have them picnics, and then you would hang our people and then burn them.
Yeah.
You would hang up, and then you would burn us. This is why we got to have the tangibles. And then there's sick son of a bitch in Florida. Oh, that's critical race theory, making us white folks feel uncomfortable. And as I say again, as I stated on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, and I'm stating it here on Front Line Blacc News, it makes you white people feel uncomfortable. Do you know how goddamn uncomfortable we was working for sun up to sundown? Getting hit with them whips, having our women violated and our little baby girls sold on a goddamn auction block at 2-3 years old. And the mama never seen that little baby again. Only the Lord knows what happened to that little baby.
Right.
She been sold, little pickaninny. Been sold. Then, of course, what about the boys who were sold at that same age, 3-4 years old? Never to see their parents again. Never to see none of their siblings or what have you. And for you OTBs, meaning other than blacks, okay, to give your ignorant asses some education on why do you think black men used to refer to themselves as brothers during the height of the black empowerment era? Because that very well could have been your brother. That very well could have been your nephew or your uncle or what have you, say. But then, you know, the Ken and Becky syndrome. Oh, I'm scared to death. You know, you're walking in Central Park and I can't breathe and all this melodramatic bullshit.
Yeah.
And the sad part about it is, then the police come out there and respond to that shit and kill black people again. You goddamn right. We need some tangibles. You're motherfucking right. We need some reparations. Because the day of the ass scratcher and the Yassa ball is over. There ain't no more stepping infection. There ain't no more man-tan Moreland. Ain't no more Mazda. You know?
Is that it for the time?
Yes, sir. That's why we need the tangibles. That's why I appreciate what they're doing over there in Africa, kicking the damn French out of Niger. But I don't dig them playing up to them Chinese and Russians either. You see what I'm saying? We got to have our own electricity over there. We got all the resources. We got knowledge. We got the technology. But the biggest fucking problem is them goddamn neo-colonialists.
Yep.
Oh, we're going to go with Putin. We're going to go with the Chinese. Motherfucker, go with yourself. You see what I'm saying? How the hell you think Sunni Ali built a goddamn Songhai empire? He wasn't working with them outside stinking nasty ass fleas. You know what I'm saying? How do you think His Majesty King Shaka built the Zulu nation? How do you think Her Majesty Queen Zinga, you know, emphasized and upheld the empire of Mutamba, which is modern day of Angola? You know, when the damn faggot ass Portuguese came down there, oh, Your Majesty, you're a colony of Portugal now. Bow down to King Philip. And Ms. Nzinga said, motherfucker, do you care to repeat that? And they did, and that was their mistake. For 50 years, she ran them sons of bitches up out of Mutamba.
Yep.
Yeah, she did. And she was only 15 when she started, all the way up to the time that she was 80. Her whole adult life defending her empire.
Wow.
Especially when her brother.
You Europeans, yeah, Europeans came with your lies. You came with your deceit. You came with your stinking, nasty, filthy, funky asses.
Yeah.
Talking about that you some period. Motherfucker, you should have been down on your goddamn knees worshiping us. Stealing our architectural design. Stealing our mathematics. Sending some faggot ass motherfucker Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle talking about that they the founders of civilization. Bullshit. You sorry ass punk ass motherfuckers came and stolen. Then you're gonna come tell me about some goddamn barbarian named Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great didn't even take pussy with him out there on his campaign. He took little boys, that goddamn sodomizing motherfucker, child molester. But what does His Majesty Manson used to do, and his colleagues of the African Empire? Hey, honey, we on our way to war. You coming with me? And the queens will say, well, why would you take me out there on the battlefield? What did Manson used to say? Honey, I'd much rather die with you by my side, my empire, than to leave you here to be raped by these stinking ass cave dwelling savages that stunk. They stunk so goddamn bad you had to stand a distance of a city block to see what this uncivilized, uncouth, on the clean, foul ass motherfuckers coming down there to our land to say. Just like in Colorado, I appreciate the indigenous people that go there in front of the Colorado State Capitol every Columbus Day. They come from Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas, Colorado. And I saw on the news where they got up there and said the reason why we do this every Columbus Day, how the hell is this stinking ass, misguided, drunk, savage, funky motherfucker gonna sit up here and say that he discovered something when somebody was already standing there on the shore?
Yeah.
Not only how does he say it, how dare these bastards come up there with their arrogance of their filth? And then you get the dump as in human shit, paying $355,000 to some raggedy ass bitch named Stormy Daniels. I wouldn't let her suck my dog's dick.
Okay,
and I hate to put it like that. Yes, sir, for now, and keep in mind that these comments are for those over the years of 18 years of age, not for children. But we just telling you some hard, cold facts for the simple fact that the panties, the transvestite that wears women's underwear, the governor of Florida want to take all the books out the library.
That's exactly who the next topic is. So that's it for time. I'm gonna move along. So
okay.
Continue to demand something tangible for your vote, Black family. So we're stressing here on Front Line Blacc News, the revolutionary agenda, Shabaka's Black experience enhanced. Demand something tangible. When we say tangible, something real, something with substance, meaning a check, meaning reparations, $100 trillion for past, present, and future atrocities.
And that must be certified.
And continue to be brought against our people in 2023. And the
anti-Blacc. And all the way to 2100. On every state level election year and on every federal election year. You know what I'm saying? Every presidential year. And then also, too, Brother Che, another motherfucker's pocket to get into is Stinky Bird, who calls himself X now. Now, the reason, and this is dealing with the tangible narrative of that, because as you know, ladies and gentlemen, in the state of California, by the year 2030, you got to have an electric vehicle, okay? Which is only 8 years away. So these gas-powered cars that they got out there, and these damn new cars that run off of petroleum that you sign in a goddamn contract for 10 years, that motherfucker gonna be going to the junkyard, man, in the year 2030 in the state of California. They got to have all electric vehicles. And then the flying cars, and then the shit of the future that you're going to see, I probably won't be there with you, but probably when you get my age, Brother Chet, that shit is already up on the drawing board right now. Right over there in Silicon Game Valley.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna move us along, y'all. So the next topic is Ron DePanties, i.e., Ron DeSatan.
Oh yeah, straight from hell, straight from hell.
Gets booed in Jacksonville, Florida. Rightfully so. And
Good.
he was with a Councilwoman Ju'Coby Mammy Pittman.
Mm-hmm.
She was running interference. It was horrible, Shabaka. So we're gonna play that now.
Oh yes, sir.
First, we're gonna play the video of the coonery and buffoonery. Where you at? Here we go. Shout out to Lisa Cabrera. If you haven't liked and subscribed to her channel, I definitely suggest you do so.
Just get over there right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ron DeSantis returns to Florida to address the recent shooting at a Dollar General down there in Jacksonville, where three of our brothers and a sister was killed. 2 men and 1 woman, all of them from the melanated community, were killed. So he went down to address the area, and the councilwoman was there. He got heckled, he got booed. Even when he was leaving after he got finished making his speech, people were still booing, especially a man behind him. Oh, that man was going off. He wanted you to see him booing Ron DeSantis. But I don't care what anybody say. As far as I'm concerned, Ron DeSantis has been stoking the flames of racism down there in Florida. And, you can say, no, he's not like that. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Along with many others in this country that are on that same bandwagon. You're like that too. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video so you can see exactly what happened to him when he tried to address the crowd.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside. Because it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party. So don't get me started. Okay, Ju'Coby is nice, but Ed is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more. Now, y'all just be quiet just a minute and let the governor say what he gonna say, and we gonna get this party started. You hear me? Okay, let's do it.
So we have already identified funds from the state of Florida. I've been in touch with Dr. Faison. We're going to be announcing some stuff tomorrow morning, which I think will help not only with security, but also an attempt to help these families. The fact of the matter is, you had a major league scumbag come from Clay County up here, and what he did is totally unacceptable in the state of Florida. targeted based on their race, we are going to stand up and we are going to do what we need to do to make sure that evil does not triumph in the state of Florida. And that means we are going to work with Edward Waters so that they have whatever security they need. In Florida, we've already given a lot of money to Jewish day schools because they've been targeted with anti-Semitism. Well, let me tell you this. You are not going to target HBCUs in the state of Florida and get away with it. We're going to hold you accountable. We're not going to let it happen. And we thank what everybody's done, TK, the mayor, and just know that the state of Florida stands with the community. Help is on the way. God bless you all.
No, that was straight bullshit. That no good, stinking, transvestite bastard was saying. He was sitting up there pacifying motherfucker. The goddamn con man. He was talking out the crack of his ass, and this cocksucker is probably gonna go up there to counterman every damn thing that he just said right there. That's a pacifier that he's talking about. And then too, people, feel free to send your hate mail to Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on our live page. Inbox us with all your hate mail.
For presidential election, and it's now well known that the shooting at a Dollar General in Jacksonville was racially motivated. And now Ron DeSantis went to address a crowd that gathered for a prayer vigil, and they were not happy to see him.
Good.
No, they weren't. So the shooter has been identified as Ryan Christopher Palmenter, and he ended up shooting himself at the Dollar General along with the other people he killed. So the victims have...
Bastard should have shot himself first.
Angela Michelle Carr, 19-year-old, and Enolt Joseph, also known as AJ Mogare Jr., and 29-year-old Gerald Deshaun Gallion. So those are the victims. All of them are from our community. And wow, what a shame. So Ron DeSantis, people, they ain't feeling this man. They're not feeling him, and you can tell. And you can get the, just the feeling from the crowd. They really didn't want him there at all. They didn't want him there. So the FBI is investigating the shooting as a hate crime. And Newsweek, they also reached out for comment from Ron DeSantis representatives. And it just goes over him running for president. I could care less about that. That has nothing to do with anything. So as you could see, the vigil attendees, they were not happy. They started getting loud and booing Ron DeSantis. And that's when she took the mic and told them to put their parties aside and listen to the governor. So they got quiet, but towards the end, when he was walking off, they started booing again. Wow. I mean, this is so sad. It looked like a lot of people turned out too. There was a lot of people that came out for this one. So he just stood there and condemned it and talked about it as a deranged scumbag and all that stuff, and then talk about what he's going to do to support the community and addressing the councilwoman that was there. My prayers go out to the families of the victims. Nobody should walk into a store and end up dead. and it's a coward move. You know, catching people off guard and killing them, it's cowardly. No matter how you look at it, only a coward would do such a thing. So y'all, please tell me what you think about this video and everything that happened with Ron DeSantis. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.
Okay.
Yeah. Got another video.
And I don't understand why they have not started impeachment proceedings in the state of Florida against Ron DePanties. Okay. Now the dump, you know, they trying to get his ass. Okay. But this clown who's the governor of Florida, I forgot the name of the state capital, but whoever the lieutenant governor is there or whatever, man, they need to start issuing some articles of impeachment on his asses, because Florida was built by black people. They used to use black people for gator bait down there. And then for the panty, you know, to come up there and say that critical race theory makes white people feel uncomfortable. And as I stated on Shabbat's Black Experience Enhancement statement here on Front Line Blacc News as well, too. Just imagine how uncomfortable we were, you know, in that plantation system. And then just like that raggedy bastard that I saw up there on the idiot box today, old Al Sharpton talking to Ramasamy man or whatever, the one who hates black people because he considers us to be untouchable. What it is, people, I do recognize the fact that we went out there, died for the right to vote and all that. Great, beautiful, okay. But just think about the memories of those that died in the early 1960s. How do you think they would feel that all their efforts went out there to support the rights for a dude to go up there to get his dick cut off and talking about that he's a woman? The right for some dude to go up there and have his son's dick cut off because he wants to raise him as a girl. Raise him as a girl. Keyword, him as a girl. And we supposed to sit up there and say that this bullshit is progress. These great people, men and women and babies that got killed, marching for Dr. King, the ones that got killed when the Black Empowerment era came on. We're going to let those loved ones go in vain because some confused motherfucker got the crack of his ass, of his stinking, nasty ass where shit comes out of, and he's going to try to compare it to a woman's womb. That's women endangerment. That's woman abuse right there for a fucking grown-ass man to go out there to talk about that he is a woman. That is an insult to womanhood, in my opinion, of course. And fuck the goddamn governor of California, Newsom. Hell, you and the panties need to be gay lovers. And both you motherfuckers need to go throw oranges at each other. Sickening, very, very sickening times that we, you know, you got weather changes going on through weather manipulation. Then India just finally had sent one of its spacecraft to the moon. So for all you rich motherfuckers in India, get on the same ship with Jeff Bezos and do Dear Horizon. Do humanity a favor. Get on a fucking spaceship and launch that motherfucker directly to the sun. Planet Earth will thank you very much.
Okay, so I got another video to play, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Getting back to this Mammy. Ju'Coby Mammy Pittman.
Recordings just got better.
To Titty Hip Hop. Yeah, I'm gonna start Titty Hip Hop. I definitely start.
The woman that you're staring at on your screen right now is City Councilwoman Ju'Coby Pittman from District 10 of Jacksonville, Florida, who is a Democrat. The reason I want to highlight her today is because I want to give her all of the attention she wants and needs, and hopefully so much so to the point that her political career is finished. Well, what I want you to do is sit back and take a few minutes to watch the video of Ron DePanties being booed in Jacksonville, Florida, and your attempts to speak at a candlelight vigil which was dedicated to those slain by a white supremacist in a dollar store. Watch how Ron DeSantis is booed, to which Ju'Coby Pittman steps in and curses out her own constituents who are grieving for the losses in their community and expressing their grievances by booing a man who many can strongly argue is responsible for the white supremacist execution that took place by way of his numerous dog-whistling tactics by passing a multitude of anti-Black racist legislation, which signals to some white supremacists almost as if they are sleeper cells activate the chip within them, you can say, which then leads to them carrying out heinous acts like what just took place in Jacksonville. Now let's watch as Ms. Ju'Coby Pittman comes to the rescue of Ron DeSantis, once again, cursing out her own constituents who are grieving so that she can secure gifts for herself. Don't believe me? Well, let's watch and see.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is here. We're going to ask the governor if he would come now and bring remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the Councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside. Because it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party. So don't get me started. Okay, Ju'Coby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts.
Oh, no, I'm taking the trinkets. If DeSantis is bringing trinkets with him, I'm taking the trinkets. I don't care what you all think. I don't care what you all who put me into office to defend and protect you think. I'm taking the trinkets from DeSantis. So shut up and let this man speak.
Because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more. Now, y'all just be quiet just a minute, and let the governor say what he gonna say, and we gonna get this party started. You hear me? Okay, let's do it.
It always amazes me how Black politicians love to speak to their Black constituents as if they are mothers speaking to their children. You'll never see them have that type of energy for their non-Black constituents when we speak to them. They're very humble, they're very weak. They would never speak to them in an aggravated, disrespectful tone. Yet when it comes to speaking to their Black constituents, all of a sudden they're mocking you, speaking down to you, as if you're their child who has stepped out of place. This is a constant with Black politicians. Now let's take a moment to hear what Ron DePanties actually had to say.
So we have already identified funds from the state of Florida. We're going to be in touch with Dr. Faison. We're going to be announcing some stuff tomorrow morning. which I think will help not only with security, but also an attempt to help these families. The fact of the matter is, you had a major league scumbag come from Clay County up here.
Not a white supremacist, a major league scumbag.
And what he did is totally unacceptable in the state of Florida.
Shout out to the woman in the back who keeps screaming out, "Kill the racists," because he was, something that Ron DeSantis refused to verbally acknowledge.
We are not going to let people be targeted based on their race.
Ron DeSantis literally on a regular basis passes legislation targeted against Black Americans based on their race. So it's very interesting that he would choose that statement to make this now.
We are going to stand up and we are going to do what we need to do to make sure that evil does not triumph in the state of Florida. And that means we are going to work with Edward Waters so that they have whatever security they need. In Florida, we've already given a lot of money to Jewish day schools because they've been targeted with anti-Semitism.
Oh, here we go. They always have to bring other groups into the mix, don't they? Every single time. Older and deaf. Black Americans are not allowed to have their moment. Ever.
Well, let me tell you this. You are not going to target HBCUs in the state of Florida and get away with it. We're going to hold you accountable. We're not going to let it happen. And we thank what everybody's done, TK, the mayor, and just know that the state of Florida stands with the community. Help is on the way. God bless you all.
Well, how are you going to hold the shooter accountable when he killed himself? He's gone already, so we can't hold him accountable. So then what does that mean? It means that Ron DeSantis is just talking nonsense. And the reason that he is so comfortable with standing up there in the middle of a hurting crowd who is grieving and feels comfortable enough to speak complete nonsensical gibberish to them, saying that he's going to hold everyone accountable, even though the one who carried out the act is dead, so you can't hold him accountable. The reason that he feels comfortable enough to do this and say foolishness like this is because of sellout politicians like Ju'Coby Mammy, who will come to the defense of Ron DeSantis, cursing out a grieving crowd so that she can get her gift.
Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he's bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts.
This woman is City Councilwoman Ju'Coby Pittman, coming out of District 10 of Jaccsonville, Florida. After this video, her political career should be officially over. And with all that being said, that does it for today's video. So please make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever I release a video. All social media links will be pinned in the comment section below. I also have a Telegram group now, so if you have Telegram, make sure to hit the link in the description box below as well as in the comment section to join my Telegram group. And also, please make sure to text TD Hip Hop to number 33222. That's TD Hip Hop to number 33222. That way you'll get a text notification whenever I release a new video, but it also serves as an insurance plan for myself. So in case YouTube ever gives me the axe, I'll be able to send you a direct link to where you can find me next. And last but certainly not least, for those of you who have a love and appreciation for the work that I put in on this channel, the number one way you can show me support is through Patreon. For only $3 a month, that will help put me in position to take any hip hop media off of YouTube. Remember, the goal is not to grow big on YouTube, but to grow independent of YouTube. And for those of you who have issues with joining Patreon, you can also hit the join button that's next to the subscribe button. Or that way you can become an official channel member for as little as $3 a month as well. And lastly, if you haven't already, please make sure you join the email list. There is no way that I can go independent of YouTube if I cannot take the audience with me. And the link to that will be pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you for your time, and until the next video, peace.
you're not already subscribed to this YouTube channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now, along with the bell icon, so you can be notified whenever a new video is posted. And if you're already subscribed, check out where the YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you. And of course, be sure to give the video a like, as well as share it on your social media. The white supremacists hate that.
Well, thank you for doing this. I wanted to thank the Councilwoman. I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me say, we finna put parties aside, because it ain't about parties. A bullet don't know a party. Don't get me started. Okay, Ju'Coby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bring gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts, because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more. Now, y'all just be quiet just a minute and let the governor say what he gonna say, and we're gonna get this party started. You hear me? Okay, let's do it.
For 30 years now, Dr. Claude Anderson has been talking about inappropriate behavior in the Black community. Now, when he talks about that, what he refers to is Black people reacting to racism in a way that either fails to fight it, or worse, in a way that encourages it. One, if not the worst way to respond to anti-Black racism is to show weakness in the face of anti-Black violence, to show weakness in the face of racists. Ron DeSantis is a card-carrying anti-Black racist, and he has been for a very long time. The rape mass murder in Jacksonville a few days ago was the direct result of the constant anti-Black rhetoric and posturing that he's been doing since he became governor. In fact, he was very popular with neo-Nazis before he became governor. He has made it the hallmark of his time as a politician to wage a non-stop war on Black people, declaring that Black history, Black voters, and Black citizens are the enemy that he's at war with. With sick glee, he signed laws legalizing harming Black people merely for demonstrating. He has also attacked the Black community in Florida through the targeted deprivation of state funds, which, by the way, are the Black community's own tax dollars that they are being denied. See, in Florida, the governor has the ability to do a line item veto. That means that when the state legislature presents him with the annual budget, he can arbitrarily cross off things that he doesn't like. Those things that he chooses to cross off just when he gets funded, which is exactly what he's done for everything relating to Black people in Florida. And that brings us to Ju'Coby Pittman, a.k.a. Mammy Pittman. She was licking DeSantis' boots to a mirror shrine. This ridiculous-looking ghoul, in the hour of grief for this community, she came out there berating Black people and telling them that a bullet has no political purpose. Actually, it does. The Republicans have literally been the party of the gun lobby. In response to the Parkland school massacre, DeSantis and his pals passed a raft of laws to make it easier for white supremacists to get their hands on guns and to not be stopped for anything. The Republican Party are literally the political party of firearms. It's no coincidence that the vast majority of mass shooters are right-wingers, or at the very least, right-wing adjacent. So bullets do have a political party, the Republican Party. And in Florida, white supremacists have a political leader, Ron DeSantis. This piece of walking filth had the nerve to smile and clean, strut and say that I'm going to get these gifts and he's bringing them high. Because you suffered too much. She, of course, doesn't mention that the entire reason that Black people have suffered in her district is because of Ron DeSantis. This is a sellout bootlick auditioning heavy for a job for white people. She wants to be in the good graces of the same white money forces that are backing DeSantis. She thinks there's a couple of pennies, or rather crumbs, for her. That's what you saw her doing. She didn't do anything to get a pat on their empty little head. But for me, the topper was when Mammy Pittman said at the very end of her speech that we're going to get this party started. This was a prayer vigil, not a damn block party. For her to even say those words showed how little respect she had for the murder victim. What, a bunch of dead bodies over there? White supremacists who did it? Well, let's go ahead and break out the music and let's show ourselves some dance moves. That's all the Black folks are about. to hear her tell it. She presented the Black community in Florida to the world as looking more than targets to be killed. And that afterward, Black people in Florida apparently will allow the very racist people who orchestrated the violence against them to come among them, and they will respectfully listen to him as if he had done nothing wrong. Let him spout out his talking points and then walk away as if nothing had happened, as if he hadn't done anything. No matter how racist you are against the Black community, apparently they will just bite their tongue and sit on their hands while the very racist who cheerlead and encourage and legislate violence against the Black community walk right up in their faces and say, I didn't have anything to do with this. First of all, DeSantis is the entire reason the Black community in Florida has been so deprived of resources. He's a racist who has been using his position as governor to specifically target and deny the Black community its own tax dollars. The economic deprivation of Black Florida has been government policy directly from Ron DePanties' office. Secondly, if you think this racist bastard is actually going to do anything for the Black community anywhere, then you're a thief. DeSantis knew that everyone was going to blame him for this mass murder because he's been openly demonizing the Black community for years, and we've been using his platform as governor to attack Black Floridians every second of every day he's been in office. So he figured he had to come down and try to manufacture a PR moment for himself. He knew everybody was going to be looking at him and saying, yeah, DeSantis is the reason this happened. So he would say a few completely insincere words and then bounce, which is exactly what he did. Now, if you know about this Ju'Coby Pittman woman, she is not the leader of the Black community. She's just some Democrat shill in the city council. None of these bootlicks are the Black community's leaders. Black people are supposed to be the leaders. At least we're supposed to be. It's way past time we started acting like it. We're the ones who are supposed to be in charge. And when we speak, people like Ju'Coby Pittman are supposed to be the ones who fall sight. How dare she call herself telling the people in their hour of vote to be quiet? This is a tail wagging the dog. Those people are supposed to be her constituents. Constituents mean she takes orders from them, not the other way around. If they're booing DeSantis, she's supposed to be out there booing too, at the very least backing them up, because they're the ones who put her in office. They're the ones who she's supposed to be taking orders from. And she'd be worried that if she disrespects or otherwise disagrees with her constituents, that the crowd is going to turn on her. But she doesn't. Because when a group's internal politics have become deranged and confused, it will be hard for them to focus on getting rid of problem candidates and more difficult for them to focus on it long term. These bootleg politicians count that. The people who just stood there letting her berate them and stood there letting her praise DeSantis, that was a disgrace. And the ones who sat there silently, which was most of them, they should be ashamed. And I say, our enemies in the white media will take this silence from this group as proof that they were just acting loudly because DeSantis is a Republican. Why, look how quickly they fell silent when a Democrat told. That's the spin the white media is going to put on it. And for all intents and purposes, they might as well be right. I don't mean to attack the community down there. They've been through enough. I'm not blaming them for the massacre. It's not their fault. They did the right thing by doing that bastard. Truth be told, that was the bare minimum they could do. But, and it needs to be said, if at this late date in the 21st century, if Black people cannot be fearless in the face of a race massacre, if they cannot stand up to the white supremacists and their bootlicks to their faces, then when are Black people going to do it? The large part of why slavery, Jim Crow, and the race massacre happened and why we never get justice is because we allow bootlicks like Ju'Coby Pittman to be among us, to keep undermining us. When the victims of anti-Black violence are faced with the mission who called for, promoted, and encouraged that violence, and they show them any kind of respect, that is a people who will never be respected and who will never be allowed to simply live their lives. People will see that, and their own calculation will be, well, it can't be that serious. Now, look at how the Black folks reacted. They just fell quiet so quickly, so obviously there was nothing to it. Ju'Coby Pittman consciously and deliberately looked to feed the white media material with which to push an anti-Black counter-narrative. But the problem is also that you had Negroes just standing around while this was happening. And yes, I'm afraid that falls on them. Too many of us are concerned only with not being criticized here, making Black folks look bad. And the problem is, let the white media and their bootlicks tell everything that Black people do. And now it's down to the point that we will let people berate us for doing conflict in Black murder, and we'll fall silent like a scolded child. After that, too many of us will go right along with things that we know to be a pack of lies. Black people simply cannot afford to be silent when we public for being apologists for the murder of Black people. And if you think that it was some kind of coincidence that she was there, if you think that DeSantis hadn't already planned out that she would be his crash team if the crowd was hostile, then you don't know how politics actually works. I think it was already prearranged that Mammy Pittman would be DeSantis' one shield if the crowd was hostile. By the way, Democrats and Republicans do this all the time. That's why they always seem to have some bootleg close to them whenever they're dealing with the Black community. Something controversial has gone down. They always do. I think that the reason she was standing right there beside the light is exactly because they had arranged that she was going to do that if things things went sour. Ron DeSantis knows full well that Black Florida hates him because he hates Black people. So of course he would have arranged beforehand to have this bottle blonde public no interference for him if the crowd didn't stop booing him. This is something that both Democrats and Republicans do. They have Black shields who are on their payroll who are always right on hand to calm Black folks down. Doesn't matter if it's Ron DeSantis or Joe Biden. They always make sure to have some Simone Manny Sanders or Kamala Harris or whomever on hand, some pet Negro who they know is going to be barking at the Black community. My problem, though, is that the Black attendees to that vigil did what this traitor told them to do. They should become louder and louder when he started talking back to them. That they were cowed so easily made the tragedy worse because the dead have been silent and the living refuse to say a word on their behalf. One of my commenters on Twitter said that the Black community is dead, that it died during slavery. I know it's a bitter pill to swallow, but he's right. Our willingness to fight, our refusal to tolerate disrespect, has largely beaten out of us. When something wrong slaps you in the face, you're supposed to fight it. We're all supposed to be able to recognize evil when we see it, and we're supposed to be driven to fight it and to crush it. But we're not. Instead, we try to rationalize. We're so quick to hide behind Bible verses too, but only the ones that justify us not fighting, or ignore the ones that tell us to fight. We say some empty rhetoric about carrying the other cheek, when in reality we're cowards, just trying to find a way to make our cowardice and apathy sound like a virtue, when it's not. We want our refusal to stand up for our faith and for our criminals to sound pompous, when the truth is, it's just plain old coward, plain old spiritual laziness. We're scared to stand up for anything, and we can't be bothered to fight, especially for ourselves. The sad truth is that too many of us are waiting for the white power to give us permission to speak up for ourselves, or to give us permission to talk back to these anti-Black racists. And we're scared if we even think that they're not going to give us that permission. We're terrified of even the slightest criticism from them. The second that we receive any pushback from the white media or their critics, we back down. We're terrified of the prospect of criticism from white power, especially their media. We're terrified from bootleg with some empty-headed Negro or some old baby boomer or some blue-letter dusty dudes that say, "Man, this is making us look horrible. Oh, wise Black folks always got to be so unruly in Publix." What are we scared of? We rein ourselves in when we're supposed to be putting weak. The enemy knows that, and they play that weakness. And they have a number of operatives among us who encourage this conservative behavior. Decades of white power sending a crowd of bootlick traitors to pose as our leaders have confused and deranged our internal politics to the point that we allow people to berate us publicly because we're angry at some racist governor who encourages anti-Black massacre. We allow ourselves to be berated for our righteous indignation, the fact that we're being murdered with impunity, and these are not just mass murders, they are executions carried out by the state. We are drowned in liars and self-interested criminals sent by white power, and when they tell us this is who we're supposed to vote for, well, these are not our leaders. We didn't think so. What Ju'Coby Pittman did is what all the bootlicks, feathers, and relegations have done for over a century. If they can't be classified as white, they'll do the most to make themselves of use to those who are. And it happens because all too often we have allowed it. So yes, whether you want to hear it or not, the Black community is dead. That's the reason we're here. That's the reason we're doing what we're doing. The Black community is dead. And it is up to us to resurrect it. Now, some of you may hate this analogy, but I'm going to say it anyway. When Jesus Christ was crucified and put to death, he too was also dead. He wasn't asleep, he was just in a coma, probably just incapacitated, and dead. No heartbeat, no brain waves. His spirit had been separated from his body, which is what death is. But in order for the world to change, he had to be resurrected. The Black community is also dead, and it too must also be resurrected if justice is to prevail. What we saw in Florida was a hideous example of how easily criminal girls can be gotten off code. Not just from Mammy Pittman, but also from the Black people who fell silent simply because this sock puppet punk Pittman began yelling her stupid head off. He scolded them like children and they obeyed. That's not the behavior of people who are spiritually and morally alive. That is the behavior of the people who are spiritually, intellectually, and morally dead. You had Black people there who knew better, but didn't do anything. They just obeyed. It was an example of moral cowardice. It was an example of spiritual death. And we have to call it what it is. We have Black folks who are cowed and at this point cowardly. What are they scared of? They're trying to win some respectability politics, which is what causes people who are righteously outraged to fall silent like they did. Well, first of all, the people who elected garbage like Bunny Ruckus to office in the first place, they're the ones who should be ashamed. Yes, I was looking at her past photos, by the way. She didn't have that bleached brown garbage on her head, but so what? She didn't just become a bootlick when DeSantis came to town on Sunday. She had been auditioning for butter biscuits long before that. This was a vigil for the victims of a mass murder that was inspired and encouraged by Ron DePanties. One of the people there should have taken the mic and told the world that he was responsible for this. In Minneapolis, after the murder of George Floyd, the city's so-called progressive mayor called himself doing what DeSantis did. He decided he'd have a little town hall around town and tell the people that they shouldn't be blaming him. The people of Minneapolis, though, weren't having it. They publicly infuriated that bastard, and they literally drove him out of the town square. And then after that, he stopped all his explaining, and he began acting, or at least talking, like he had some sense, for a while anyway. Now, the mayor of Minneapolis was largely responsible for the murder of George Floyd. DeSantis, on the other hand, is completely responsible for the mass murder in Jacksonville. That was one of his supporters who did it, and they did it at his political behest. He spent years repeating white supremacist talking points and encouraging violence against the Black community by literally running against Black Florida and signing laws explicitly for the purpose of legalizing violence against Black people. He spent years setting up all of the rhetorical and legislative dominoes necessary to lead to white supremacists taking out acts of open violence against the Black community. All he had to do at that point was sit back and wait for someone to knock him over, and it didn't take long. He cannot afford to be silent in the face of injustice. Common Negroes, even at this late date, are still trying to win some respectability contests. These white supremacists will never respect you, and even if they did, what does that mean to you? The goal is to make the white supremacists retreat from the public square. And they don't do that by being on your best behavior for the camera. Born-again Nazis to back down and assuming them that you're not going to resist them. The white supremacists are violent thugs. The only thing they understand is getting a foot in their behind. So that being the case, you're supposed to put on the size 10 gun boots with the steel toe and start swinging. As Paul Ryan said, when they go crazy, you're supposed to go crazy too. Now, there's another aspect of this that I should remember. It was no accident at all that when DeSantis was being controlled by the community, it happened to be a Black woman who was the one who rushed to the lectern and took the mic and began berating the crowd. We have seen this time and time again. All too often, when the white supremacists getting checked, there will be some Donald Ruckus wannabe who's tripping over her heroin to be the first one to protect them and to tell the community to stop fighting white supremacists. They want to be the very first ones to wag their finger at the community. We had a bunch of people out there, including Black women, who were furious, indignant, and who were on code against the defendants. But finally, we have to be honest about how white power has worked to drive a gender divide and how they have effectively failed. Over the course of the last several years, we've seen a lot of Black male people, it's usually preachers and sometimes politicians, who white powers tried to trot out there to get them a tender line for America. And practically all of them get called out and shouted down. It's to the point now where they don't even do it publicly anymore. They'll do it on TV, but that's about it. They're black male bootlickers that found them. When they try to come out here and their at the community, it blows up in their face. But when they send out a black woman to do it, people don't react that way. They have to be uncompromising about leaving the enemy to hide on it. Now, sister, this is where you come in. Black women are on code, and more are getting on code every day. That's why I'm saying this. The best way to shut down the Ju'Coby Pittman was to have black women who the ones doing it. There were black women there, but they were silent. Why don't have to ask permission to shut down people? Everyone fell silent because they were waiting to see who else was going to say something, but no one did. This is what I mean when I say white power deranges and confuses our internal politics. What should be easy and automatic for us is become disorganized, confused, and ultimately impossible. They send their operatives on us precisely to undermine us like this. Notice how nobody in the white media was calling Ju'Coby Pittman out because she was doing their bit. The enemy has become highly reliant on using female bootlicks to sell the soap for them. Black women in particular have a huge part to play in challenging those bootlicks and doing so forcefully. When the enemy sees the black women aren't going to be silent and aren't having it, then the same way we see the black male bootlicks largely abandon speaking in public, we'll also see the Ju'Coby Pittman do the same. We, all of us, are the leaders of the black community, not these handpicked puppets. When they call themselves talking back to us, they are out of order. When we are confronting evil and they take the side of evil, then they are not public servants anymore, they become public enemies. When we are voicing our outrage, nobody has the right to tell us, especially not some punk we put in office. We are the leaders, but we have to act like it. When some bootlick berates us, we're supposed to shout them down and run them out. And when that happens, we will be the ones who control the mic, and we will be the ones making sure that the truth is told, which is as it should be. Good day, and we're one. I'd like to take a moment to mention some of our contributors. Chris Baker, Starlett Thompson, Laura Cotton, Alan Reed, and Tajideen Ali. Once again, thank you to everyone for listening, liking, and sharing this message. Black empowerment only exists because of you.
Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to revisit, what happened in Jacksonville, and we know the aftermath of what happened with the white supremacist terrorist named Ramen Noodles. Now, they have finally released the victims and their pictures and names, and we'll get to that. And I want to go back, in time, just a little bit back to 2022, during the midterms. Governor Ron DeSantis had won the election, and he was giving his victory speech. I want to go back in that time period. I want to play exactly what he said, because we're going to really build on everything he really said, and even look at what happened in 2023 in relation to what he said. We went over that. And we reject woke ideology. We fight the woke in the legislature. We fight the woke in the schools. We fight the woke in the corporations. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Florida is where woke goes to die. As you heard, Governor Ron DeSantis out of Florida has been fueling a lot of anti-Black racism. When they took the word woke, because we were saying that word first, and for us, woke was basically you are awakening to the reality of what we're living in the country, and awakening to the reality of how we need to work together as a people, call this mess out, let's get out of that slumber that they like to keep us in, get out of that slumber of being distracted all the time. That slumber always being drunk, always being high, being sex crazy. You'll see we're not really awakened or woke. We're not, because we realize those things they're destructive. That's why they want to legalize every kind of drug out there, because they want to keep you asleep. They want to keep your brain not functioning right. They want to give you the food to keep you asleep. Anything they can do to prevent you from waking up. So we were using that word, hey man, you gotta be woke now. You know, like that. That's the way it was used. What happened is, and I remember when it started, Tucker Carlson on Fox News started using that term a lot in his program. So we don't have that program no more. But I was keep the program on top. Everything is woke. Well, then, of course, one of the fans started taking that up too. And then now they start saying, oh, woke this and they say woke and this and this. So we tried to take the term that people were using within our community to talk about the progression of our people to wake up from the slumber that they naturally want to be in, and they want to use it almost like a code word and a slur. Oh yeah, look, we're so woke like that, right? So we know woke means black. We say that because remember in the past you used the word thug all the time, right? Oh, he's a thug. Look, he's a thug. Somebody like Carlton Banks. Oh, he's a thug. So when we called him out, I said, wait a minute, hold on. Why is a thug like the N-word? And look at the spirit behind what you're saying. So when they use the word woke, it's the same thing. Woke is a new word for them. So when you hear them using the word woke, they're talking about us. They're not talking about nobody else. What other group out here has consistently, for hundreds of years, stood up against racism and white supremacy? No other group has consistently done it. So when you're talking about woke, you're talking about black people. When we say that they're going to fight black people, let's just say the word woke out. We're going to fight black people in the legislature. We're going to fight black people in the schools. We're going to fight black people in every aspect of the state of Florida. And Florida is where black people go to die. That's exactly what he was saying. And it happened. He was giving red meat all this time to white supremacy in Florida. This guy, Ron DePanties, an immigrant from Italy, his grandfather immigrated over here, I think he was 20 or so, was an immigrant. His people are immigrants, but they are not the people that was here originally. They come over here, his people, running from his homeland in Italy, can build up his homeland, run away, get over here. They keep attacking black people. At one point in time, the Italians couldn't even do right by people like that. But after the civil rights movement, when everybody got the honorary white card, like they happened. And we got to understand, we're talking about other non-white groups benefiting from the civil rights movement, and a lot of white groups benefited from the civil rights movement too. What the American history? Italians, Polish, Irish, the French people, any other group like that is not allowed to be in the white category. But after the civil rights movement, they were given honorary white cards. And when they got the honorary white card, what did they do? More than white supremacy to be against us. Now, we have the three people that passed away in this terror attack. Before we get to Ron DeSantis one more time, let's put the pictures up of those brothers and one sister that passed away in a horrific manner. The sister in the middle, her name is Angela Michelle Carr, 52 years old. She was a Uber driver. She was dropping off a passenger at the Dollar General when the white supremacist terrorists over the fire, killing her inside her vehicle, according to her daughter. Because she was meant to go that fast, and she said that she wasn't even supposed to be there, according to her daughter. So she was shot in her car, she never even had a chance. I want to speak with the media, and they said the mom was hardworking and dedicated woman, a great woman, and she had big people. The brother on the left, Joseph McGuire, junior, 19 years old, young brother. I say his father spoke about him and said that his son was very bright young man.
Shabaka. asleep, y'all. Damn it. Oh, God, I'm so tired. Jay, me and Shabaka both fell asleep. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the city councilwoman and DePanties getting booed? What are your thoughts? Yes.
Oh, girl, Ju'Coby, she be recalled.
Yeah, I concur. So, I'm dozing off, so I'm going to end the show here. When we get to the damn DeSantis tree falling. That'll be the next topic. So we have DePanties' house or mansion hit by a 100-year-old oak tree. What's that? That must be the ancestors of karma. The Anti-Blacc commercial of Vivek Ramasamy or Ramen Noodles. Denver has a Solidarity Vigil for the victims of the racist white supremacy mass shooting in Jaccsonville, Florida. Al Sharpton disrespects the victims of Jacksonville, Florida. Is the Trump arrest backfiring on the Democrats? St. Paul, Minnesota tried to put a non-FBA on the Reparations Commission. Former Florida State Attorney alleges Governor Ron DePanties fired her for prosecuting police. The ACT Summit 2023 at the City Spur in Denver. And Unhoused Neighbor News and Unhoused Neighbor Sweeps. So join us on part 2 for topics and some more. So peace, love, light, reparations, separations, and Black empowerment. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.